So recently we actually saw the Uniswap Foundation introduce what is known as a fee switch. So what do I mean by that? So this proposal essentially changed the destination of the fees attributed to liquidity providers. Previously, all of the trading fees on Uniswap went to liquidity providers. 100% of the 0.3% went to liquidity providers. Now, this proposal aims to reduce the liquidity providers cut to 0.25%, meaning that the remaining percentage would go to uni holders. You hold the token and you will receive some form of rewards through the form of transaction fees.
Here, I think it's a way for the governance token to be more useful, to have a lot more utility, because Uniswap, as much as many other governance tokens, they don't really play an active role in the ecosystem. So that's really one of the ways that the foundation and the community, because the community has proposed this back over the last year or two, but this is really the first time that we're seeing the foundation push for it, which is quite exciting to see that we're trying to make tokens more useful and not just be a trading token. But yeah, sorry, Max.
No worries. Thank you for that. And it's really having quite a big impact in the DeFi ecosystem as well, because we actually saw Frax follow suit in this manner. So they had already previously had a similar model. And when Uniswap Foundation introduced this proposal, they turned on their fee switch again, with over 400,000 distributed to the first round of stakers. And we recently also saw trying to do a little bit of a temperature check on their forums to see if this is something that holders are interested in implementing as well. So clearly made some waves in the DeFi space as well. Of course, on the downside, we have the potential of regulatory risk, as we don't know how this will play out with several agencies. So it sounds now that it's constituting a form of an investment contract, because holders are reasonably expecting a form of revenue here. So we have to check and keep an eye out on how this could affect these protocols, to see if regulators might have an eye on these projects, which, as we know, they already do.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think what Max was alluding to here is the fact that Uniswap received a Wells notice from the SEC. We really don't have a lot of clarity or color on what exactly are they accusing them of. But yeah, it would most likely revolve around the fact that Uniswap is potentially might be seen as a security. But we've seen really over this last month, the proposal was put forward at the end or mid-March. But with the SEC's notice that came at the beginning of this month, we think that this might be one of the reasons why Uniswap decided to increase their fees. Essentially, if you're using Uniswap via a couple of third-party applications, you don't get to pay this fee. But if you're using the front-end interface of Uniswap itself, then you are charged a 0.25%. This used to be 0.15 up until last month. But yeah, again, interestingly, when they received this Wells notice and they spoke about it on Twitter, it seemed like they might potentially be preparing for an extended legal battle. Of course, we don't know that, and we're not trying to make any sort of wild predictions about why this might be happening, but it could explain one of the reasons for why they might have went down this route.
For sure. It could also be attributed, obviously, to the fact that we are now heading into a bull run and a bull market. Aiming to capitalize on activity there could be one of the reasons. But it could be a community-funded SEC battle, right? We'll keep an eye out here to see what happens.